Dane, when you do your boils and stuff, you use uh boiled linseed oil for your first coat.
And for my sanding sealer, yes. So I'll sand to 340, and typically I start and stop at 340. And then I'll soak it with boiled linseed oil, continue to wipe the excess off of it, let it dry, and then, or I'm sorry, not let it dry, get the excess off of it, and then I'll hand sand it in oscillating manner with 400 grit, wipe it out, then let it dry. And then if there's any fuzzies on it the following day, which rarely it is, um, and then you would just take 400 again, go back over it, knock them off real quick, and then blow it off. And then from there, I start with my diluted tongue oil mix.
Now, what do you dilute it with?
I use denatured alcohol,
Okay. Okay.
and
Now,
I try to get like a 60-40 split, 60-40, 70-30. As long as for me, as long as I'm within that range, I have really good penetration.
okay.
And then after a couple coats, then I go full strength tongue oil.
Okay. How long does it take to dry between coats?
Well, I've got this nice heat out here, so I'll put a coat on, then I'll go sit the bowl in my truck, and
Okay.
then within 2 hours I can put another coat on there, so I can get 4 or 5 coats in a day.
When you say in your truck, you're talking in your cab?
Yeah, yeah, in the cab,
Okay.
I'll set it up by the windshield, let that sun magnify, and the intense heat, that's always evident in your vehicle.
Yeah.
It's always going to be 20, 25 degrees
Now,
hotter than what it is
how would,
outside.
like in Florida, especially in the summertime, we've got high humidity, but yes, it's 95 outside. Would that work as
Yeah,
well?
yeah, it would. But with the high humidity, it may take a little bit longer. But yeah, absolutely, it would. You would. I'd almost guarantee within 3 hours you'd be able to have a sealed coat. Now you don't want to do that with greenwood,
Okay.
because then that's gonna whatever moisture that was normal for it in the shop,
Yeah.
it'll cause it to warp or crack. If that intensified heat.
Okay. Well, right now I've just got dried wood, so I've got a couple
Yeah,
of pieces, but I'm just letting it dry right now.
yeah, it'd work perfect for you then.
Okay.
I,
Thanks.
I had a painter work with me once when I was superintendent on a church renovation, and every day he carried in this little 20-inch box fan that he bought at Walmart or something like that. And he'd set it all up, and even in wintertime, I said, "Do you need a fan?" He said, "I never need a fan. I'm a tough guy. That linseed oil needs a fan because the humidity in New Orleans is so high that the oil would not cure out all the way through to be a workable coat unless you kept it moving." And he had a point. When I had my motorcycles in the shop that I had out there, I always kept a box fan on low speed because moving the air, humidity didn't contact it and sit on the bikes and the wood and everything else, even the table when the table's on all,
Yeah.
just one little box fan. So I, we live with them. And the other day, um, the boss went up in the attic and she said, "We don't have any more fans left."
Yeah.
I never threw those away. You normally had to die to get tossed away.
Yeah,
But
that'll
and
make
then
that
I
makes
then I,
that
no, I
makes sense. I also and so I've always got my fan on, which is up above my lathe. So yeah, so I've always got circulating air as well. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's good.